It's the way you let it be.
What's going on, YouTube and Washington Commanders fans? We are a little bit over 24 hours before we take on the hated Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Joining us today is John from Ballin and Burgundy podcast as we break down this pivotal matchup. Is it going to be us? I think so. What y'all think? But
yes,
hey,
sir.
Reedie and Z going live right now. We are here. We are a sleep away to punching our ticket to the Super Bowl down in New Orleans. JD5 going back home to where it started a couple years ago, back in the great state of Louisiana. What it's looking like, fellas? What y'all thinking? How y'all feeling? Are y'all ready to go? What's up?
Definitely ready to go, man. I'm ready for sure. Ready to see my team go out and make history. Ready to see my quarterback demolish the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Just ready to see a great matchup overall, and I know the atmosphere is going to be spectacular.
It's going to be electric. Over 20% of the tickets were bought just in the DMV alone. Commanders fans about to show why we used to travel well, why we're going to travel well now.
Absolutely.
And me and Z, we still trying to, punch our ticket to get to the game.
Expensive.
We like $300 away. So if y'all feeling generous and you want to, donate, you could donate at Reedie and Z at Cash App as well. If you're not already doing so right now, like, share, subscribe. If you feel like we're doing a good job with our programming and everything that we got going on here at Reedie and Z. Also, like, share, subscribe, and follow the good brother John at Ballin and Burgundy podcast on YouTube. Come on, get my man to 500 subs. He's almost there. Get him to 500 subs.
2 months.
1,000. Further details is going to come. And you can also follow him at Ballin and Burgundy on Instagram. And plug your stuff, John. What else you got going on, John?
Man, YouTube at Ballin and Burgundy podcast 2022, or you can just go search us. Instagram and TikTok, because TikTok is still up, thanks Trump, at Ballin and Burgundy podcast. Twitter at BIB podcast 22, because Twitter hates long usernames. But let's get into this, fellas.
Let's get into it. So, off the bat, let's start with the defense. So, Z, what are your thoughts on the defense and what we need to do to stop this, I would say, high-powered running attack when it comes to Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, his ability to keep the ball. We don't know what's going to come from him because he's dealing with a knee injury. He will definitely be playing because this is the NFC Championship, and nobody is wanting to sit out this game. If you could be on that field, they're going to shoot him up. They're going to do something to get him onto that field. And then let's talk about these wide receivers. You got Devontae Smith on the outside, and you also have the A.J. Brown matchup going against Marshawn Lattimore. This is their second battle since Marshawn came over from the Saints via the trade. So how you feeling, Z?
Man, I'm feeling confident. I think that these guys are going to be ready. They're going to be locked in. The energy coming from the coaches as well. Joe Witt just talked about it the other day, and a lot of people was pretty much, I think they was low key kind of hyping the situation because he said the same thing about Baker Mayfield a few weeks ago. But like he said, if they want to use Jalen Hurts and run him like he a running back, you're gonna hit him like a running back. I mean, that's just straight up. It ain't nothing, you know what I mean, that he said that was immoral. It ain't nothing that he said that was out of pocket. It's just straight up like that. You know what I mean? You want to put him out there, it's up to that offensive coordinator that use him how he want to use him. If you want to use him that way, then he's going to get hit like he's a running back. And that's straight up. And that's just setting the tone and the attitude for the defense alone. Outside of that, I mean, of course, we need to stop Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? Saquon, he gets his large chunk runs. You know what I mean? Our previous game, as we seen with the first game, you know, we kind of held him, you know, pretty in check until late in the fourth quarter. You know, that game was a close one all the way to the end. And then he got his 2 breakaway runs and they, you know, went away with the game. So we can't allow that to happen again. You know, the second game when we played them at FedEx, my bad, Uptown Federal, Northwest Stadium. When we played him that game, you know, he kind of started out the first half kind of electric. And then the second half, we was able to manage to keep him to like 25, 28 yards in the second half. So as long as we can beat a team against the run the first half of the first game and the second half of the second game, I think that we'll be fine. Guys gonna have to stay in their gaps. They're gonna have to maintain. You can't overdo it. Just do your job. This is not a game to try to run out there and be the superstar. You got to play complimentary, you know, football all across the board, but also, you know what I mean, you got to trust your teammates and that they're going to do their part. So if we focus on that, I think we'll be able to kind of, you know, slow them down and contain. You're never going to stop Saquon. But if you're able to kind of, you know what I mean, manage it and, you know, get the offense, like Reedie said, against, you know, the Lions, you make 4 to 5 stops, you know, and get offense opportunities. I think Jaden is going to lead the offense and we'll be fine. You know what I mean? And as far as like, you know, against their receivers, you know, Marshawn, his legs are a lot fresher than it was that, you know, that last game we played him at home. You know what I mean? He played pretty much through the first 4 quarters and he had to sub himself out because he tweaked his hammy. But I think, you know, AJ Brown, I think it's going to be a better matchup against him. And I also think that Mikey is going to be on Smith. So, you know what I mean? Is this going to be a day where Jahan step up? I don't know. You still got Noah I in there. I think the defense as a whole isn't the same defense that played the Eagles weeks ago. I think, you know what I mean, this defense has stepped up in key moments on this, you know, playoff run. And I expect them to do the same tomorrow, pretty much straight up like that. What you got, John?
No, you're absolutely right. And I think one thing that people forget, myself included, Andrew, we kind of forgot about this, touching on last episode. Y'all go watch that over on our channel. Y'all blown up that episode, by the way. Appreciate everyone watching. Is this defense, outside of Payne being questionable, almost fully healthy for the first time almost all season. Allen went down week 6. He came back. Marshawn came in, was out for the majority of the year with us. Sanders still touch out here and there. Linebackers 1 in, 1 out. Edge rushers 1 in, 1 out. We in the playoffs with almost an entirely healthy defense. And it showed against Detroit. We got to show it against Philly. And I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you haven't already done so, man, like, share, subscribe. You know, hit the thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? But do me a favor, man. Go follow my man John and the guys over at Ballin and Burgundy podcast. Their information is right there, man. They trying to get to 500 subscribers, man. Y'all help them out. Good, knowledgeable guy, man. Been rocking with us for a long time. He knows his stuff. He loves his team. He's just like us, a fan through and through. You know, a college student doing his thing down at Old Dominion, man. Look out for my man and sub him up, man. Good people right here, man. But yeah, defensively, you know, my same keys that I had to last game. We need 4 to, like Z said, we need 4 to 5 stops. We have to do what we did in the second half of the last game in week 16 versus the Eagles, and also do what we did the whole game until 5 minutes left on the clock in the first game, and bottle up Saquon Barkley. I think that Jalen Hurts is not he's still a threat, but if his knee is what they're saying his knee is, I don't necessarily think he's a threat, and it will show in the first series or two if he's willing to take off and keep the ball on those read option plays, or we could play it totally differently and bottle up Saquon and try to stop him. You got to stop him from going. Everybody has to be gap sound, gap discipline, and not thinking about making the play, not thinking about making the guy. We got to think about the team. It's about the team. It's a team effort. Complementary football, all three phases: offensively, defensively, and special teams. But especially on the defense, gap sound, standing in your gaps, not getting blown off the ball, not allowing guys to to do certain things to you to get you. I can't even say what I'm saying. I'm so excited. Stick with your keys. Play your techniques. If you're on the outside, play your techniques. Do your job. Ultimately, what Bill Belichick always said for years: do your job, and I think we will be fine defensively in this game. So, like, what are some of the players that you guys are on the lookout for in this game defensively on our side, and what are like some of your keys for them specifically? We'll start with you, John.
We'll go with key number one, and we touched on this last night or this morning coming out. Limit Saquon on the outside. Those outside runs, converging to the sidelines, converging inside out. I think it's outside the numbers. That's his bread and butter. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but that's what most of his big time runs are, running down those sidelines. You got to limit those. If you can get an edge, if you can get a linebacker out there to stop him, you're good. And then second key, or we called it X factor last night, we got to get turnovers again. 5 against Detroit, 21 points came out of it. Could we have had more? Yes, but I'll take 5 for 21. We got to get these turnovers. Jalen is due for a fumble or a pick. Saquon is due for a fumble. We got to get them. We got to force them so we can drive them in the back. Or us, we got to drive it down the field.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I definitely wanted to see that Marshawn Brown matchup for sure. Hopefully he's following him again. I don't want to make it look like we ducking no wreck. I feel like we should set the tone and let it be. I mean, but if the coaches feel that's not best, then that's fine too. But I would definitely looking forward to that matchup. And the way Bobby Wagner has played this playoffs, he's been stepping up huge, and I think he's gonna bring everything he has to Saquon. So I want to see that matchup for sure. I just want to see us get pressure. The way we was able to attack the Lions, I want to see the same thing against Philly. They doing a lot of talking, popping a lot of shit, acting like that we don't belong here and we ain't this and we ain't that. And like we're the team of old. And I just want to show these guys that we come into play and we have a like Dan Quinn keeps saying, it gets crazy and scary because I want to see that next ceiling that we have. We still don't know our ceiling. So I want to see us push through and come out on top of this game and then, be on to the next. But we got to fight hard and got to be aggressive. And I think they're going to come out to play. It's all or nothing. That's straight up.
Yeah, no question. But I just want to address a comment on Instagram. Izzy215 says, see, y'all not used to being here. We used to it. This is nothing. Super Bowl or bust. Yeah, that's fine. Congratulations. Y'all are used to being here. Y'all are the perennial team. Y'all do have one of the best rosters in football. Y'all do have one of the top, if not the top offensive line in football. You guys obviously have the number one running back in the league and 2 of the best receivers across the board. So good luck to you guys. And let's not get it twisted. That defensive line you got over there is great. Your linebackers, off-ball linebackers, your inside linebackers are great. Your secondary is got a rookie, and you also have 2 solid safeties back there in Blankenship and Gardner Johnson. You guys are awesome. Good luck to you guys. But don't run away tomorrow when the game strikes 7:00 around p.m. Be in here for all of the post-game festivities. But you guys are great. Good luck to you. Y'all been here. Y'all been to the Super Bowl before. Y'all went against the Chiefs. Good for y'all. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to hear me put up no fuss about it. But just know tomorrow at 7:00, it's up for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Move
I like
along.
that. I like that, Reedie. I like that, Reedie. But yeah, I got a question. So, what are, Reedie, John, what are we most concerned about and what are we most feeling uppity and happy about? What do you think in your mind for sure that it's going to happen, or what do you feel great about us, and what are you kind of a little bit worried about in a sense?
Let me take this first, and I'm gonna hold that question. Come back to it in 1 second. I just want to put this out there before I forget. It's in my mind right now. So I got Eagles fans, right? Friends of mine. Going back to my military days, people that I was kind of in charge of that were under me, they're calling me, man, what's y'all no huddle looking like? Oh man, because like we struggle against the no huddle. Oh my God, yeah, they're not too good against that. They're not too good against the run. So like, stop what y'all doing on the internet. The internet is a powerful drug. It'll make you think that you can be somebody or something that you are not in real life. Like, trust and believe, y'all are great, but we are a good team too. We haven't arrived yet, and I'm not even gonna say we arrived. We are here. We're happy to be here, but this ain't gonna be no cakewalk. If y'all think y'all just gonna just come in and just blow us out or just get us out of here, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a good game, and y'all talk about all the time, oh, y'all didn't have Jalen Hurts, and this is that, and third, but it's football. So what happens if Saquon Barkley goes down in the game? Then what? What are you gonna cry then? Oh, we didn't have Saquon. It's football. Any given Sunday, anybody can get hurt. The first game we played against y'all, take away y'all beat us by 8 points. Take away the last 5 minutes of the game when Saquon went nuts. What did y'all do? I'll wait.
Nothing.
Y'all can get in the comments right now and tell me what y'all did. Because I don't remember y'all doing much of nothing. Much of nothing. Y'all got us at the end. Congrats. Yeah, y'all won. Okay. Y'all had the number 1 ranked defense in the entire National Football League. We had 5 turnovers. Okay, Jalen Hurts didn't play. Y'all had the rest of your whole team was there. Your full defense was there. Gardner Johnson, he got kicked out. That's on him. That ain't our fault.
Still had
so
Carter.
Again, what y'all gonna say now? Like, so Jalen Hurts is that good that
they don't even like him. They say he don't do enough. Like, so however he's so great, like that's why you ain't even got to keep going. They know.
No. I want to kick. I just want to put this narrative out there.
Yeah, they bluff
like that. They get in these forums and they get real chatty. Real, not as bad as the Lions fans. I respect y'all. I give y'all that much. Y'all, but y'all deserve to be here. Y'all have been a great team for the last I don't know how many years. So, and over the years of me watching football and playing football, y'all have been there. So I can't even talk to y'all like I talk to them. But I'm just curious about that. It was just a lot of crybaby stuff. As football happens, we 1 play away from our season being over. Y'all, any team is 1 play away from that. So what are
Carolina.
What are we saying here, people?
Yeah,
but I don't want to on my soapbox, but we can get back to the regular scheduled programming. Please pose your question again, Z. My bad. I apologize.
The question is, what do you feel most great about in this matchup as far as us, and what's something that you kind of worried about?
Go ahead, John.
Worried about for us, we did a little bit better against Detroit and the Bucks, but our run game, it's been bad all year. It's gotten a little better in these playoffs, and that's where you want your defenses to shine is in the playoffs. But you got to limit these runs. I said limit Saquon on the outside. Well, if Jalen's going to run on the inside, you got to stack the box. You got to give him different things. Maybe do you blitz? It's been a long weekend for me. I've had a lot of work stuff. But I can't remember the last time we just went out 8-man blitz, 7-man blitz, front 7 blitz, and get home. I keep remembering us blitzing and the quarterback just walks right through for a first down run. We got to get the run game going. We got to get turnovers. What I'm excited about, truly, is I'll say fully healthy Marshawn. Let's wear some Black Forest energy Lattimore on A.J. Brown, who's reading a book. What I'm excited about is Mike Sanders will come off a 2-pick game, getting that confidence back in him and really setting the tone for him going against Devonta Smith, who seemingly has found his hands. They're not bricks no more, which I appreciate the bricks. What I'm excited about is Noah Ignoghebe and Saint Groupie, Saint Flag on Jahan. on Jahan catch 1 touchdown all year, Dodson. And I was in the playoffs against the Packers. He done nothing in the regular season.
The Saint Groupie be having me dead.
Saint Groupie saying, hey, Big Herb said say a flag. So I'm gonna take a Saint Groupie saying flag.
Go
Hey, John, you my man, 100 grand. It's Big Herb, not Herb.
Oh,
We ain't smoking no 20.
Hey man, I also cook, so I'm in
Look,
that.
back in
mindset.
the day, I remember back in the day here in the DC area, like they used to be like, yeah, I'm gonna hit the herb. I'm gonna hit the herb.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's funny. Go ahead, John.
But I feel
But
better
yeah.
about the secondary is a little bit better. I think it's going to improve this offseason, but for where it stands right now, I'll take what we got.
Yeah. What about you, Reed?
I forgot the question. Nah,
What you feel great about? What you a little worried about?
I'm a little worried about Saquon Barkley. That's what I'm worried about. That's my worst worry in that offensive line. I tip my beanie to that man. Like that thing is a well-oiled machine over there. Like undisciplined football is going to get you 60 yards down the field. So that's my biggest worry is the run game. Like I'll take AJ Brown hitting them slants and all of this. I feel like we have the secondary to contain them from going deep and being lost in coverage. I don't think we're that team. We haven't been that team all year, giving up deep explosives in the pass game. But I feel like I'll take the dig and dunk down the field, get you, on your mesh concepts and your dig and your corner concepts. I'll take all of that. All them intermediate routes, I'll take that. Short to intermediate route, I'll take it. But nothing can get over our head, and we cannot give Saquon them explosives. I'll take like I said yesterday, or the other day we recorded 2 days ago. I'll take the 4-yard, 5-yard run, but we got to limit it to that. We cannot allow this man to go 15 and 20 and break off 30-yard runs. It's going to be a long day for us. And then on the defensive side, offensively for us, we have to know where Jalen Carter is at all times. All times. We got to double him. We got to chip him. We got to do whatever we got to do to stop, not allow this man from wrecking his game. And on the second level, Zach Bond, y'all best player to me, came out of nowhere. Nobody knew who this guy was, and he is a solid linebacker. I would take him any day on any team I'm on. He just makes plays. Every time I watch a Philly game, he's making plays. Them two are my keys. Terry showed Quinyon Mitchell can be beaten. He's not what we thought he was, what they thought he was, and this is that and the third. Like great player, but I feel like I like that matchup. The matchup this matchup with the safeties, I feel like Blankenship is his smarts is a little off to me sometimes in coverage. But I mean, great player. And CJ Gardner-Johnson, he has shown that you can get in his head. You can say this and say that and talk trash to him, and he's going to get out of his game. So, that's my biggest worry is Saquon Barkley and that offensive line mowing along all day.
And you most confident?
JD5, and anything JD5 does, I believe. I'm most confident in this play call, and I feel like Cliff is going to dial this shit up. He's going to pull out all of the stops. This is the NFC Championship game. We're not saving nothing. We're trying to get to the promised land, to the Super Bowl. So you can't, you can't hold anything. That's for me, them two things. Yeah. And I think we'll be fine other than that, but go ahead.
That's a bet. I would say my most worry is definitely, with Cosme being out, kind of see how well Trent Scott or if they're going to move Wiley in. They still haven't really announced the plan, but see how we hold up against Carter. That's definitely something that's been on my mind all week. And trying to, like we said, we got to get creative. If it's going to be chips, if it's going to be double teams, if it's going to be double tight ends or whatever, or if it's rolling out the other way, we got to get creative and, like you said, make that dude run around and tire him out. Outside of that, I think everything else should be able to kind of go smooth. Most confident. I'm most confident in, our key guys. I'm most confident in JD5. I'm most confident in Terry. I'm most confident in Bobby Wagner and Louvu. Like, I think these guys are going to set the tone offensively and defensively, and as well on the special teams with Reeves and Ballor. Like, I think these guys can come out to play, and I think they're just going to set the tone across the board. I'm most confident that Dan Quinn is going to have these guys ready, and just stick to who we are. I feel like just as a organization as a whole, we're locked in, and we ain't scared. We just letting everybody do their talking, and we gonna roll from there.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What you got,
So how
John?
y'all feel? Nah, he dropped his. I'm gonna ask John real quick. How do you feel about how they kind of making this whole blow up about what Witt said? Sirianni made his comments. He didn't say too much, but then
Who they was gonna do that?
what was the retired ex-player that said something, and then it was somebody else on Twitter going off.
I didn't see too much backlash. If anything, I saw the national coverage give props to Witt saying this. I saw Stephen A, and he likes what Witt's saying because Joe Witt is good for, if I believe, good friends with RC Ryan Clark, part of the Pivot podcast with Boys and Dogs. I love what he said. You want to play like a running back? We're gonna treat you like a running back. You're gonna run over this field. We're gonna hit you high, hit you low, like a Legion of Doom back in the day in the ring. We're gonna hit you high, hit you low. I love people trying to make a big deal out of this. It's the same sort of people that make a big deal what Cam says about game changers and game managers. It's the same thing when we say one position is better than another. It's the same people who say win should be a QB only award, but when it comes to coach of the year, well, now it's a coach statistic. It's people are gonna talk, and I was gonna say this when Reedie was going on his soapbox rant. Is internet's like cocaine is one hell of a drug. People are gonna keep talking. I mean, I'm in that conversation, so I'm not gonna take myself out of it at times. But people are gonna make big things about small people, make big things about small ideas. It is what it is. He made a football comment. You're gonna play hard. You're gonna play in this game with a bum knee or a bum ankle, and you want to run the ball like you've been doing. We're gonna treat you like we've been treating running backs. We're gonna shut them down. We're gonna hit you like one. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think but when he said the comment, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the press conference. I said, watch they turn this into something that is really not. He's basically saying, if you're going to pull the football and you're going to run, we're going to hit you as if we hit a running back. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying that. He didn't say, well, we're going to injure you. We're going to put you in the blue tent. Shout out to the Lions podcaster that said that, and then try to come back and change it after the fact and say he didn't say it, but we heard what you said and say it was a different context. He never said none of that. He just said, we're going to hit you like a running back. You don't have them same protections you have in the pocket. So he said, if you want them protections as a true quarterback, don't leave the pocket. Right. Simple. Like, that's, I don't think it was nothing egregious or nothing that was said out of, this or that. But, everybody's looking for as they're going to pump this up. They're going to pump that up. But I will ask y'all, did y'all see the Twitter of the guy who vandalized the Rocky statue and put all of the Commanders/Redskins gear on it? But he wasn't even a Commanders fan. He was a Green Bay Packers fan. But they're going to come and say, oh, the Commanders are disrespectful. They're going to spin it. But I'm glad that the internet does what the internet does and gets down to business and tracks stuff down, and found that this guy was a Packers fan that did this. But they'll come and say, oh, y'all are so disrespectful. Y'all did this, not knowing the context, not doing the full research, looking for this and looking for that, some billboard material to kind of pump this thing up and make it more than what it is. There's no billboard material needed. It's going to come down to who the better team on the field. It is what it is. But all we saying is, we give us our respect. We respect y'all. I respect every team in the NFL. This is professional sports. Give us our respect. Stop playing with us like we not a good football team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, only the 1% of 1% of 1% of college athletes even make it to a roster and succeed. I forget what Bill, I think it was Anthony Armstrong or like Lewis or one of the Washington Insiders. Shout out to them because they posted it a few weeks ago, and it breaks it down. Let's say out of 10,000 athletes, one of them will make an NFL roster, and that's even make it. That doesn't count on the field. That doesn't count in the training room. You make a roster. Every person in the NFL, because I remember the video of Roger Rosengarten, the rookie tackle in Baltimore against Myles Garrett. He's like, Mr. Garrett, I know I'm a nobody, but I just appreciate. And Myles was like, no, you in the NFL, you here for a reason. You not a nobody for making it in this league.
Facts.
That video should be played to every athlete in this league, whether you're making $20 million a year or $250,000 a week, $250,000 a week. You here for a reason. Every person in this league had to pave a way and had to follow the trail someone left for them. Same thing with us. Someone was doing podcasting before YouTube or before myself and the fellas. We walking on paths, whether it's previously traveled or not traveled. We here for a reason. You here because you that good. So I'm not ever gonna, as a fan, I want to say, man, we got the better roster. Man, y'all some trash. But as a football fan, these dudes doing it week in, week out, who benching, these would be benching weights on one side of the weighing bar for what I weigh. These dudes doing 600 squats, doing 1,000, DK benching or Aaron out benching 500. DK looking at him like, man, I'm done with this.
Facts. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I want to hold on, Reedie, 1 sec. My bad. I want to bring this up real quick. Static Eagle mentioned your quarterback also runs. Your quarterback also runs, and it goes both ways, and that's fact. We ain't the ones complaining about it. I'm sure. I mean, y'all coach just didn't say it, and if it was said, I don't think we would have been making a big deal. Oh, they said they're going to hit my quarterback like a running back. Like, it don't even matter. I mean, shit. When JD5 ran against the Panthers and they hit him, and he ended up bruising his ribs, we ain't complaining about that. Just last week against the Lions, he ran on the sideline. JD5 been getting teed off on the sideline all year. They haven't even really called it. Ain't nobody talking about that.
Out of bounds. Yeah,
Jaden has like 3 scars on his face alone from this postseason.
Yeah, it was last week. It was another situation where it was something happening. The dude, it was on the mic'd up joint. The dude hit Daniels in the head or something like that, and Zach was like, "Yo, chill out." But like, you know what I mean? All in the green, bad stuff happened to our quarterback too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we ain't complaining about it. We ain't crying about it. We know the game. So it's like for the Eagles fans to make this big thing about respect my team, respect my quarterback, y'all this and like the dude, I wish I had the video to pull it up. The dude was in the car going off. I don't know if he was an ex-player, current player, worked for the team, or just a fan. I don't know, but he went viral on Twitter going off about it, and it was ridiculous. Man, like, dude, this is football.
It's the same people that said Louisville was a dirty player. Tell your QB to stop playing bombing for apples on the turf. Maybe he won't get touch on
that. I was going to touch on that.
Facts.
Because that even going back to the first game when Louisville hits him, it's no helmet hits his helmet, his shoulder pad hits his shoulder pad, and anybody that we all have high school diplomas or have been to high school. Not everybody, so I'm not going to say we all, but most people, not even most people, but a good number of us that are on here have high school diplomas and have taken some type of science or physics or something like that. You got to think a force coming to a object that's not really moving. His head hit the ground when his shoulder pad hit his because of the momentum of the force. Nothing was illegal or egregious in that. That's a football play that happens every day in the National Football League. So stop what y'all doing. Like, it's like y'all just just trying to find an excuse. It is what it is. If it go y'all way, it go y'all way. Y'all not gonna hear me crying, bitching, complain about this, that, and the third, or some bullshit. It's football, bro. May the best man win. But I think it's gonna be us. But it is what it is. But go ahead, Z.
Yeah. I just wanted to address that point because it just was bothering me when I seen it. And like I said, I wish I had pull it up on the screen so a lot of the other fans could see it because dude was just overreacting.
Yeah,
like something crazy.
Going back to this comment right here, like it goes both ways. Like Jaden Daniels is not going to put himself in that situation. 9 times out of 10, he's going to get out of bounds or he's going to try to get down some way. Jalen Hurts, he's playing that game that Mahomes and some of these quarterbacks are trying to wait until the last minute to try to be up against the rules on sliding and stuff like that. It's football. The defensive players have a right to make a tackle. Like, come on, it is what it is. Like,
it's one thing if they're already down or they're sliding and you come in with a Will Ospreay hidden blade. I'm a wrestling fan for those who don't know already, and you hit him like close on him on the ground. That's one thing because you were deliberately with malicious intent coming in for the hit. If you can tell you're trying to get out the way and you just barely nick the person, all right, might be the call on the play. But if you watch the film, there's no intent there. You were actually trying to get out the way and protect them. Are defenders being held back by rules? Absolutely. Is the NFL trying to make this an offensive only league? Absolutely. Are us fans complaining about it? Always going to. But at the end of the day, it's football. There's going to be big hits. There's going to be small hits. It depends on the intent. This is not Vontez Burfict on AB coming in for some violence now. If Louisville really wanted to hurt Jalen, he would have. Frankie, got some size on him. Pause.
Yeah.
If he wanted to come in for the hit, he come in. If he wanted to come in for the hit, he come in for the hit. He wasn't. He was making sure he was down and making sure the tackle was routine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I was reading that this is the first NFC Championship featuring NFC East teams in a matchup back, face to face since we faced the Giants in the 86-87 season. So this game is definitely has a lot of historic significance to it. And it's like I've been saying, it's gonna be exciting. The ticket prices have been sky high. It's been rallies. I'm sure the same thing going on in Philly, but Channel 9 had a rally. They just had a rally on it was somewhere else the other day. They rode through the city, on a rally. So it's just like, man, with this win, just win will mean a lot for the city. But a Super Bowl win, like, it will just turn this place up like dramatically. And I was talking to my good man Craig. He's a Broncos fan, and he's super locked in. I got you. He's super locked in, and like he was telling me the other day, like, man, if the Commanders made the Super Bowl, I wouldn't even really want to go down to New Orleans, because if they win, I want to see the reaction of the city, the area. I want to see that rather than being somewhere else and celebrating like that. And that really had it sunk into me, and I'm like, you know what? That's real. That's facts, because this city has been missing a relevant team. The Wizards been trash. Yeah, the baseball, they won their one. The Capitals won their one, but it don't. The heart and soul of this area is the Redskin Commanders. So a win by us would just electrify the whole area. But go ahead, Reedie.
Yeah, if you haven't already done so, do us a favor, like, share, subscribe, become a member. We got some channel memberships getting ready to come out real soon. So be on the lookout for that. And also we're gonna have some exclusive content for people who become members on our site. If you want to donate to Reedie and Z to help us grow this channel even more and bring y'all more breaking news and all of this content that we're bringing to you on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, you can donate at Reedie and at $Reedie and Z on Cash App. And also do me a favor and go like, share, subscribe to the good brother John from Ballin and Burgundy podcast. Doing great things over there with Ballin and Burgundy, man. Some of the greatest content on the internet comes from those guys right there. Shout out to all of the guys over there at Ballin and Burgundy for allowing John to come on the show with us today. But moving forward, what are your 3 keys offensively to the game, John?
3 keys. I would say 1, get the ball out fast. Sam Cosmi's out for the rest of this season. He's probably not going to be started, and even back in the line, I'd say till October, November. He won't be back for a while. So get the ball out quickly, because that offensive line, it did well, but the Philly defense is a whole nother, just a stack above the Detroit's D line. 2 is you got to start fast. Hit him hard, start fast. We did the same thing with Detroit. We put up 7 real quick. We made it 10 real quick. We made it 21 real quick. Hit him hard, hit him fast. Because if you start falling behind the sticks and you keep getting penalty after penalty, losing points after losing points, we're not going to catch up. But we're a fourth quarter comeback team. Cinderella's story had to come to an end sometime. 12 o'clock got to hit at some time. And 3, I would get to playmakers involved. Rio said it the other day on his channel. Diami has woken up a beast in Diami Brown this playoff Diami. And we were all coming in this offseason saying, will Diami even make it to the roster come August, September? And now he's solidified. I don't want to say solidified, but he's our number 2 in the pass game, especially going deep. Get your playmakers involved. Get Diami those deep balls. Get Terry on some of these screens. He did it last week. Get Zach involved. Use Eckler in the pass game, because he's got some juice left in him. So get the ball out fast, hit him hard, hit him fast, and get your playmakers involved.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. 3 keys for me. You said 2 or 3?
3.
3 keys for me. Just continue to be creative on the offense. You know what I mean? We said, we expect Cliff to dial it up, but we need that creativity. You know what I mean, especially with being a man down with Cosme, as we spoke earlier. We don't know if Trent Scott or Wiley is going to be shifted inside or whatnot, or what if they're going to rotate or however they're going to do it. But we definitely need to be creative, roll the pocket, do some bootlegs, some things like that, run tosses and sweeps and things like that to kind of, you know what I mean, fight against that. But also feed Terry early. You know what I mean? I feel like these last few games, Tampa, the Lions, we've made it our business to get Terry the ball early, and, you know, be creative in that aspect as well. And we've had success from it. So we gotta attack and target him early. And one thing I do want to say in reference to the run game, you know, with B-Rob, I watched probably a couple of days ago, I saw somebody's content they put out, and they talked about, they showed the picture of DQ hugging B-Rob, and he was looking like, and then they showed the video of it as well, and B-Rob was kind of like, they were standing there talking, it was after a touchdown, hugging him, and he was nodding in agreement to stuff like that, and it was just showing gratitude as well. And then they attached the interview clip where they talked about B-Rob was one of the guys that Dan Quinn sat down the other day, before the Lions game. He sat down with him and they did some extra film study, and, you know, they stayed out to practice and kind of just locked in one-on-one. And, you know what I mean? And then for B-Rob to come out and have that bounce back game, ended up with like, 80 yards or something like that and 2 tutties. It just continues to, you know what I mean, attribute to how we say Dan Quinn is just such a great coach. But first, he's a great person. And this is why the guys and the players love him, because, you know what I mean, he's very attention to detail, but it's the little things that matter the most. So, you know what I mean, salute to DQ for that. And like DQ said, that's not nothing new. He does it with a lot of players. It's just that specific week, it was B-Rob, and we saw what B-Rob was able to do. So I'm expecting B-Rob to, you know what I mean, come out and have a game like he had last week, and that'll just be up for us for sure. And we need it. So Jaden ain't got to run around crazy, as you know what I mean, and try to create things, and, you know what I mean, put extra weight on him, and just kind of let Jaden sit back there and pick these dudes apart.
All right. My 3 keys are, number 1, first and foremost, establish the line of scrimmage, a new line of scrimmage for our offensive line, not in our backfield, but down the field. If we do that and get to our double team blocks and our traps and, you know, things of that nature, our pin and pull type blocking, stuff like that, I think we'll be successful. We got to get a hat on a hat and mowed along. Like they said back in the day, we had the Hogs offensive line. We got to bring the Hogs back and mowed along with these guys. Get B-Rob and get Austin Eckler, whomever. I call for all 4 running backs to be in on the sideline, ready to play this game, because I think we're gonna need all hands on deck. Chris Rodriguez, McNichols, Eckler, B-Rob, we're gonna need all of them. And we got to run this football. We have to shorten this football game and own the time of possession. We cannot allow these guys to get on the field. We got to tire out this defensive line. We have to make Jalen Carter, as great as he is, he needs to chase the whole game. If we make him chase, we'll be successful against this team. My other keys is other guys in the pass game, such as playoff Diami and McCaffrey. I feel like McCaffrey is going to have the game of his life. He has been in position all year, and the ball hasn't come to him. As we've seen over the last 5, 6, 7 weeks, guys that you least expected are coming in here for this football team and making us great. I remember when Noah Brown went down, everybody was looking around like, well, damn, who's going to be the number 2? Who's going to come in and pick up the slack? Is it going to be Zacchaeus? Is it going to be Diami? Who is it going to be? KJ Osborne. We went out and got him. Z was like, well, why did we get him? Because he hasn't been active. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. It's going to be one of these guys that's going to come in big for us. It's been the scenario all year. Why not us? You know what I'm saying? That's my second offensive key is those receivers getting involved. And my third key is Jaden Daniels. Just be you. Be you, Jaden Daniels. Do what got you here. Minus taking sacks by running to the sideline, going out of bounds. Just throw it away, bro. That's my only negative with your game ever, is that you do that sometimes instead of just throwing the ball down the field. And those are my 3 keys to success offensively. And what are your keys on defense, or what other questions do you have that you want to pose? Do we want to hit any chat reactions, or what do we want to do? How we want to move forward? Let me know, Z.
Go ahead, John. Shoot some defensive keys.
Defensive keys, we kind of touched on earlier, but we got to get turnovers. We got to turn the ball over. We really won that Detroit game because we got hell of turnovers. Got to turn the ball over. Honestly, I don't think defense as much because we've seen what both teams can do. I think special teams has got to help us, whether it's Eckler on the punt kick return, LMC on the punt kick return, get some blocking. I think we just got to figure out our rhythm there. I know we're in the postseason and NFC Championship. We should have done this in the regular season. Get those guys involved on special teams. Get the blocks right, and then when it comes to kicking, Zane Gonzalez made a field goal, missed a field goal, but he missed it when y'all were up by 21. I get it, but if that was for the Super Bowl and that was the game-winning play, we would have lost, or we at least would have not had as much points. So we got to make sure we get everything in a routine operation.
Mm-hmm. All right, I say some defensive keys. I would say we got to make sure that we limit the explosive plays, whether that's in the run game or the passing game for sure. Them chunk plays, a lot of times when you're playing the Eagles and you're maintaining them, they always find a way to get a key first down or, throw a bomb and 3rd and 20 and they end up on a 40-yard catch downfield or, shit like that. Limit the penalties. They're going to be watching Marshawn for sure. He was very handsy, as they were saying, against Mike Evans. Last game, he kind of, he didn't really get targeted much. He only got targeted once, and it was basically lockdown Marshawn last game. But this game, I'm sure they definitely going to attack him. So he got to make sure that he wins that battle, but also, don't get caught on a lot of penalties. I love his aggressiveness. I love his attitude. I love the way he steps up in the run game. But we just want to make sure that, we can't give up the big penalty for sure. And also defensively, we got to make sure we pressure Hurts. I mean, he's likely won't be able to run as much as he normally would. So we got to make sure if we get that pressure on him, because he's going to try to stand back there and try to pick us apart. So we got to get pressure to force some of those decisions to be quicker and, just cause some friction back there for him so he don't sit back there and just do him. But if we do that, I think we're going to be, like I said earlier, I feel like our team is going to be flying across the field. It's all or nothing. So I expect we're going to be ready.
And for me, it will be the same as one of my offensive keys. Defensively, defensive line, establish a new line of scrimmage in the backfield. Maintain your gaps. Stay gap sound. Pass rushes, don't get too far upfield out of the play where if Jalen Hurts does decide to pull it, he has a running lane. Do your job, squeeze your gaps, do those things. Linebackers, just fill, use your eyes, and defensive line, keep this offensive line off of our linebackers and just let them run sideline to sideline and make plays. And again, we have to get pressure on Jalen Hurts. We got to get him off the spot. If he is a little bit wobbly in his knee, we have to take advantage of that situation within the rules. No dirty plays, no hitting high, no hitting low. Hit him in the target zone. Let him know that we're going to be here all day and he's in for a dogfight. Let him know that we are not one of them. Let him know that we are here. It is what DQ says all the time. Our time, winning time moments. Anybody, anywhere, anytime. Let's go. On the back end, Quan Martin, trust what you're saying, my guy. Lattimore is going to do what he's supposed to do. Trust what you're seeing. We do not need another episode of what happened in the red zone against Mike Evans. Trust your eyes. That's a pick six going the other way. If you just trust your eyes, trust your keys. These coaches got you in the best position possible. Mikey Stanverstill, do what's got you here. 11, you're going to be 11. One of my favorite players. 11 is going to be 11. And Hood, and I ain't going to say it, but Hood, Ninja, Lattimore, keep being that. And that's my keys to this game. If we do that, Bobby Wagner going to be Bobby Wagner. Everybody else going to be everybody. But we have to establish the number one is establish a new line of scrimmage and hit Saquon in the backfield. That's our best way. And don't let him get rolling and stop the explosive runs. Yeah. I'll take whatever else they're going to do in the pass game. Make him beat us with his arm. He has shown over the years that he's capable of doing it. But there's not a lot of confidence nationally. So if they're going to beat us, I'd rather die by the pass than Saquon Barkley kill us.
And that passing game has been booty.
It has been cheeks.
Booty. He had to be getting like 150 yards over the last couple of games.
A little bit.
Yeah, he ain't even cracking 200 yards. So
I've seen better out of Bryce Young.
Yeah, go ahead. and what you were saying about Marshawn, somebody in the comments the other day on the post with Road Warrior was giving him the flag. Somebody in the comments was like, man, something about his aura. I just can't get it. I can't put the word to it. And somebody commented was like, yeah, he looked like the type that'll slide for Vaughn. Hey, I was dying laughing. Like these people in these comments are hilarious, bro.
We are a family program, like I said when I went off on that Lions fan. He's a hood ninja. That's all I'm gonna say. But I like it though. I like it. I love Marshawn. I love his swag and all that.
I love it, man.
That's my man. Keep it, yeah.
He should only get better with this offseason.
Yeah, facts.
And before we check out though, I want to ask how y'all mental though. We got mental check-in. Like how we doing?
Man, I'm ready.
This could be stressful for some fans itself, but when you're a fan and you're a content creator, you doing pods and all, like
you want me to be honest?
In. This is all day, every day. So yeah, how your mental?
You want me to go first?
However,
I feel like I'm about to go to a insane asylum or something because I'm in my head back and forth. I'm confident, and I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying like I'm the type where I'm going to acknowledge a good team. I'm not going to sit here. Yeah, we're playing against y'all, and I want to beat y'all, but they got some good stuff over there, and I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to sit here and be like, oh, y'all trash or da 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 woo woo woo, because they're not. That offensive line is outstanding. That defensive line is outstanding. I like their linebackers. I even like their secondary. I was a little bit put off when Kelsey said what he said, but he tried to come back and clean it up. But then Dan Orlovsky gets on there and talks about that they're better at every position. Like Dan Orlovsky, pick a side. What side you want to be on, my guy? Pick a side. Either you going to glaze Jaden Daniels or you not. Pick a side. But when we beat this team come tomorrow around 7:00, don't hop on because the Reedie going to get on the internet and I'm going to troll you. I'm going to at you and everything. That just doesn't sit well with me. But like I was saying before, I'm up and down. Like today I'm confident. Yesterday I woke up feeling like shit. Like, like the day before that I was confident. Tomorrow morning I don't know how I'm going to feel. Game time I'm going to be ready to run through a wall when we get in the building. But I don't know, bro. Like I'm up and down my emotions and all of that. But what a time. What a season. What a time to be a Commanders fan. Held to the W. Held to the motherfucking Commanders. Held to them. HTTR. All of that encapsulated in one. Like we are here. And shout out to the Cowboy fans for being solid during this run. Every Cowboy not everyone. that I know that I've cut most of the ones that always popping shit that I know. It's some still out there, but there are being better than I thought they would be during this process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I say, man, for me, I've been forcing myself to stay level. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to be stressed about it.
Yeah,
I was going to talk about that too. I'm trying not to be stressed about it for sure, and just lock in. And like Bobo just said, I got bubble guts for sure. Like I'm about to play. You know what I mean? It definitely feel like a game, especially if, you know what I mean, if we able to, you know, make some things happen, if we able to raise enough coins to get us in the building. If we get in this building and get up there, like, it's gonna be crazy. And I already know walking up to the stage, I'm gonna have bubble guts, because it's like I've been up there for, you know, regular season games, you know what I mean, things like that. It's never been no implications to it, though. You know what I mean? So this all to go home and, you know, game before the Super Bowl, it's, man, nervous as hell for sure as you get close to it. But leading up, I just been trying to save all my reactions for later, because I already know once I'm in this building, it's whether I'm in the building or we hit a bar or whatever, just being up there in that atmosphere, I'm gonna just be ready like I'm about to play. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, going into this game, and I was feeling this way. That's why I give flowers to other teams, because I want to express every team has got good players. Every team is coming in to win. Coming into this game, well, I'm a little shaky. I got some bubble guts, like you were saying. But once 3:00 hits, once kickoff hits, once I realize, all right, are we taking the kicker? Are we deferring? Once I know the details and I turn on that TV and I throw on that jersey after church and I sit down with my lunch and I get ready for dinner and that game starts, we lock it in. I might be able to go live afterwards, but we gonna lock in. Like I would have worn the t-shirt, but I felt too lazy to change for work. But like the hoodie says from y'all, win, lose, draw. We stay locked in with this team. Because I was saying this with other fans. Theoretically, this is the worst version of this team and Jaden it's supposed to be. He is a rookie. He's not supposed to be this good as a rookie. Give him a little bit of extra protection. Give him a top 10 defense, not a middle of the pack defense, and see what happens. I'm ready for Sunday. I'm ready for 24 hours.
No question. But I would like to thank John from Ballin and Burgundy podcast for getting on the pod with us today. He has to go. He has some other things that he needs to do. But if y'all haven't already done so, man, go sub my man up, man. The good brother over at Ballin and Burgundy. They doing great things. You can follow them on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and anywhere else under the sun. I'm probably sure, but you know, plug your stuff in, John. Where you want them to check you out at?
Yeah, man, subscribe. Like I said, like and subscribe and share with your friends at Ballin and Burgundy Podcast 2022 on YouTube, because they want some weird lettering in there. It's posted right here on the screen. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin and Burgundy Podcast until TikTok's taken down. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22, because Twitter hangs on usernames. Appreciate y'all letting me coming on. Been rocking with y'all since as long as I remember. Y'all doing great things. Y'all putting content out daily. If people out there, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, if y'all haven't already, subscribe to Reedie and Z, man. They've been putting out content after content after content. Y'all got them over 1,000. I think y'all send over 1,200 subscribers. Get these boys to 1,500. Get them to 12. Get them to 2,000. Get them to 5. Get them that YouTube plaque button.
No question. Appreciate you, John, man. Looking forward to this game, and we'll talk soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Go ahead, Z.
But yeah, man, going back through the comments, just checking out real quick, scanning back through. We had some definitely a lot of, you know, hail to the Redskins, hail to the Commanders in here. So saying, I'm sorry, Eagles. Y'all too hyped up. Somebody else said Eagles about to shut y'all down. That's cap. I'm not hating, I'm just speaking. Never people saying, you know, the Commanders gonna win. So some battles in the comments. Eagles fan says Jaden Daniel is nobody. He's just coming up. All them games y'all played have been lucky. Wow, that's hate. Man, breaking records, doing this thing. That's big hate. Players injured, quarterback injured. It's a lot of reasons y'all been winning. Hate, more hate. Too many excuses when Washington win. He's been lucky for how many games? That's hate. It's a lot of Eagles hate over here on Instagram. They said I got my man AJ going for 5 touchdowns. Oh my God.
Hey, if AJ goes for 5 touchdowns, I quit my job.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't helping nobody, but I ain't helping me out. But I'm just saying,
He must be.
That's Campbellport. If I ain't never heard of it,
trying to
bro, you
put a
gotta
lot
get
of
the
stuff
hate
in the
out. You gotta
atmosphere.
get the hate out your heart. We get that y'all want y'all team to win. We want our team to win, but come on, stop what y'all doing out there for real, bro.
In
Are
fact,
you really? Can you look in the mirror and tell yourself that you truly believe that? Because you don't. You don't even believe it. So why should we on this program believe that? I don't believe. You believe it, Z? Because I don't believe it.
hell no.
I don't believe it.
Hell no.
And if we being totally honest, the first game against y'all, JD5 was injured. So that was an anomaly. And the confidence that he has right now, coming off of defeating the number 1 seed in the entire NFC playoffs, it's up for y'all. And
Imagine
don't
what he
think that
gonna
they
write on
didn't
the back
see
of
all that.
somebody. Go
Say
ahead.
what?
I say, imagine what he gonna write on a jersey swap this game.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts. When the clock hit 0, I want JD5 to be holding the NFC Championship trophy. I definitely want him to be holding that NFC Championship trophy. I think I kind of had a dream the other night, but I'm not totally sold on it. I don't know if I was just glazing in my mind or if I really had to dream about it. But I woke up feeling like I said, like I really want DQ to win this. Like now that I think about it, like to shut all of the haters up. You know, they was up 28-3 in the Super Bowl. The Atlanta Falcons versus the New England Patriots, and they came back and they lost that game. I want him to rectify all of that. I want AP to come in in his first year, went to the Super Bowl. They didn't quite necessarily get it done with San Francisco. How big would that? Look at that story. Lance Newmark, the assistant GM, been in Detroit all these years, been a scout, had to work his way up. And then he comes in his first year and he's getting job offers. Like these guys in this building, like look at Zach. Huh?
I'm glad he's staying though.
Oh, he's staying for certain.
They well, he's not going to that. He's not going over there with them.
Oh, okay, yeah. So because it was reported that he was going to be the next GM of the New York Jets, following Aaron Glenn over there to the Jets. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was in my feelings about that. I'm like, damn, bro, like we can't keep our guys over here for at least 2-3 seasons and then let them go. Like I'm never gonna hate on another man getting an opportunity to be a GM in this league or be a head coach in this league. But like even with the Cliff situation, like rumored to be going to the Bears to join back up with Caleb Williams, who he coached at USC when he was a consultant over there. I kind of was hating on that. I'm like, damn, Cliff need to be in this offense with JD5 at least 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shout out to everybody on this staff, all these up and coming coaches that we got that are probably on the cusp of moving up into different positions. Talk about Ryan Kerrigan, a guy that was on this team that didn't win a playoff game, and now you come out the gate as a coach and you win 2. Like, come on, like that's big. Guys that stayed down with us for all of these years, that's big.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Ryan Kerrigan was definitely one of my favorite guys. You know what I mean? My man used to do the Shawn Michaels. Every time he used to get a sack, I used to stop what I'm doing and do the Shawn Michaels or send out the text in the text group and send the Shawn Michaels GIF. Like Ryan Kerrigan was my man. So, you know what I mean? When he became a coach on the staff, it definitely was great to see. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Being able to get some of them guys that's been around the team, and he was a recent player. So that definitely was you know what I mean, hype me up for sure. I mean, outside of that though, it's just, you know what I mean, Granson gives them another opportunity to you know, boost his resume and get experience. And you know what I mean, you never know. He started with the D-line coach, but you know what I mean, he might be an assistant DC one day. He might end up being the defense coordinator at some point. You know what I mean? A lot of guys kind of start out from the position, being position coaches and work their way up. And I always love when it's like ex-players. So, and before they kind of get old, he's still young. He was in the league, what, less than 5 years ago? So, you know what I mean? It was definitely a salute to that. And I was watching something the other day and I got slightly mad, but I forgot that he spent like his last year or 2 with the Eagles. I was blown when he brought that up the other day. I'm like, damn, you was with the Eagles. But you know what I mean, it shows. I mean, he was a legend here, so the years and his success here trumps all that. I totally forgot about it. But Ryan Kerrigan, definitely my man, and I salute him. And super excited for him. Just like Daryl Tapp, you know what I mean? Another guy that's, you know what I mean, on the staff, went to VTech. He actually played football with Roland at VTech. And you know what I mean? Just guys like that, that's just ex-players, still young, they energetic, and they able to be on these teams and be on these staffs. I think is just great. And it just keeps the rapport and be able to build relationships and, you know what I mean, with the current players and stuff like that. So, because I know, you know what I mean, if I was playing and, you know, I had a guy that was maybe my vet my rookie year, and then, you know what I mean, he recently retired, and then 2 years later, I'm still on the team, and he come back and he coaching me, I'm going to be psyched because you can relate to him a little bit better. So, I love it.
And I'm just not, after you mentioned that, Roland. Let me get on Roland. So you mean to tell me, I forgot about that Daryl Tapp connection. Roland, help your boy Reedie out, man. I'm trying to get a sideline pass or something. You know what I'm saying? I know you plugged in. You got little connections with the brass up top. Look out for your boy Reedie, man.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry that I didn't come to HD Woodson. I'm sorry that I wanted to keep my talents on the south side. I apologize for that. Roland. Let that go, Roland. Let that go. We didn't come. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But look out for your boy, man. Look out for your boy Reedie and Z, man. Hook us up, man.
Look at that comment right there. Look at that comment from Wes with the side face. Kurgan wasn't Wes. Wes always felt like Kurgan was overrated.
Go ahead.
Kurgan
wasn't overrated. Kurgan was a dog. I ain't gonna hold what you say. He wasn't the most athletic, but he was a dog for what he can do. Yeah. He was a dog. Like, we gotta call a spade a spade. Right. Now, I want to address this question right now. Jared Smith said thoughts on Snyder being all sad and hating on the team he allegedly loved his entire life because he got ran out for his own mistakes, and now we're winning games. I think, what did we think that he was going to do? Yeah, he's hating because he wished that he could have been the one to bring this change and this, that, and the other. He's mad because he's upset probably because how he ran things, and he was a piece of shit. So that's why he's hating. I didn't expect nothing else. I kind of, in my mind, before the story even broke, I kind of was thinking, like, I wonder what Dan Snyder is thinking. And of course, as there was a interview, a podcast, I forget the lady's name, I followed her, but she's a national reporter. I forget her name. She said she was in meetings with Dan before the first meeting she was in, and one of his representatives came up and said, "Can you please not look at Mr. Snyder in the eyes?" And she said, "I just looked at him the whole time, the rest of the interview." Like, this dude, I don't know what he thought who he thought he was, and all of that. Like, no humility, no nothing, just a smug character. Like, yeah.
I heard stories from Snyder too. One of my customers, when I was, working in the Sherwin-Williams days, they they do painting and decorating and remodeling and stuff like that. And he said they did a floor, specialty floor, for Snyder's mom. And I'm talking about like some handcraft type shit. And they did it, completed it. And the mother, for whatever reason, she ain't really like it or something. So it was something that was just slightly off with it. And he like just literally walked in the room and said, "Rip it all up." Like, he didn't even like stop and see, kind of bargain with the guy, see what happened, or, see what the reasoning was. He just like tear it all up. And then I heard another story, similar situation, contractors that worked at his home and always had a great relationship with Tanya. But as far as Dan, he just never acknowledged them. Like, he said they did contract work at their home for like years. And, Snyder never even stopped to introduce himself, never like tried to know their name or anything of that nature. He just was a straight a-hole. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So there's definitely some stories out there about him for sure. And his ways of being.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What else we got in here?
Somebody said the little man syndrome. Definitely. Oh, and in that article that they dropped, I clicked on it and read it. They said he's definitely still, he's definitely still perping. the interview, somebody had like dinner with him, and he literally went in there and ordered everything on the menu, and like had all this like just splurging, and didn't even really eat the shit. So I'm like, yeah, he's wild love.
It's not. Go ahead and send your boy Reedie at Reedie and Z on Instagram. Go ahead and send us a couple $, man. You out here getting it like that, trying to perping for what? Who does that? Goes in a restaurant and orders the whole menu and don't even eat it. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're a billionaire. Clearly, the same team was sold for $6 billion. You're a billionaire. Like, you got it. Like,
and they said he owed Bank of America and Bank of America $1 billion.
Oh yeah, they need to come for that. But he'll the rich always get richer because they find a way to circumvent the system and write stuff off and get the capital gains taxes and all of this other stuff. He'll find a way to get out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it is what it is. Crazy. Anything else you want to hit while we on here? More comments. Shout out to my man Bobo. Bobo was in the chat on Instagram. And I agree with everything you said. He basically, gave us some keys to the game. He basically was saying Z got him hyped up. Downhill running. Great coaches know how to teach teaching moments. He's basically saying that we need to run the football. We need more out of B-Rob. And I agree with that. And we definitely got to get pressure and stop the pressure coming the opposite way. So I definitely agree with that with those keys from Bobo. But shout out my man Bobo. Shout out for everything you're doing in the community, man. Keep doing it, man. We need solid individuals such as him that's doing positive things in the community, man. That's real, man.
Yeah, no question. Shout out to Jonathan Panthers as well. They doing their thing. They like 1,001 over the last 10, 15 years. They like that. So shout out them. One of the great supporters of my brand. They look out for us for sure, and we keep them laced in the gear, the staff, the team, all through. So shout out Johnson for sure. But one thing I did want to take a moment to speak about as well, and I should have been did this. I'm a bad brother, but I want to take the moment to just bring to awareness my brother Eric Grantham. He's my youngest brother. He's 20 years old. He's working he pushing to pass a law, and it's called the Eric ID bill. Eric has autism, and pretty much he came up with the idea for individuals that have disabilities, like say for instance, if they were pulled over by the police or approached by a police officer or any type of law enforcement or just any situation where he's proposing to put an icon or symbol on IDs for people with disabilities. So, if they ever stopped or, situation and questions are being asked and they can't fully communicate when their ID is given to that law enforcement, they're able to notice and see, what they're dealing with. So it's definitely a law that they're pushing, and, they, support them if you can. You can check them out. Blue Runway Autism. They are on Instagram. His name is also Eric Grantham, ERIC Grantham, GRANTHAM. And on his Instagram as well, you can lock in with him and his mom, Linda Grantham. Check them out. They have a great movement going. And that bill, I know that bill is going to be passed. They got a lot of support from a lot of people, politicians, like people of all levels. So, tap in with that if you support it and lock in with them. They have events as well. So shout out to Eric and Aunt Linda. We love them. So keep them in y'all minds and y'all hearts.
Yeah, no question, man. Shout out to Eric and everything that he's doing in the community. Speaking on a guy that just, he's dealing with his own struggles, his own disabilities, but that's not stopping him from trying to help the next man, next home, and pick up his community. So I want to give a shout out to him and Miss Linda for everything that they're doing in the autism community. And also, you guys can find more information on that on our Instagram in our link tree. We'll put a link up in there if you guys want to know more information about the law that they're trying to get passed when it relates to these these people, because in our society we've seen and so many times where people who are disabled are in situations with police or other people of authority, and they're not able to articulate the things that they need to articulate, and people mistake them for criminals and just thugs or whomever, and that may not be the case. Their mental capacity doesn't allow them to communicate on that level. So this is something great, and I'm just glad to know Eric and to know his family, and just to this platform that we have to be able to share that with you guys. But thank you, and shout out to Eric for that.
Yeah, no question. And I just put I'm putting the Instagram page in the comments on both IG and here on the YouTube, Facebook side, so y'all can check it out. And also I'm going to pin the comment on the Instagram side for sure. You can check them out.
Yeah, and then also we're going to put up on the Instagram page a poll of some of the things that you guys want to talk about. If you guys want to be a special guest on the show, we could take call-in comments. Don't be shy. Don't be bashful. Come on and communicate with your boys about the team that we love and these Washington Commanders. Hail to the W. Let's go up here to Philadelphia tomorrow and come back with this dub and punch our ticket to the Super Bowl, and just uplift this community, as this community in the Maryland, DC, and Virginia area hasn't been lifted in years. And I'm just here for it. But we want to thank each and every person that got on the live, everybody that put a comment in the comment box, everybody that donated to the page, to help us out with what we're doing and this content that we're creating for this community. And don't feel free to add us and comment with us on Instagram. We respond to every single message. We try to get in the comments. There's so many comments. We try to respond and engage with you guys, because as Road Warrior always says, for the people, and we do this for the people. So not just us, so tap in with us. Until next time, we are Reedie and Z. And if you haven't already done so, like, share, subscribe. And I'm gonna give Z the floor back because he got something to say.
Yes. I want to make sure that we shout out our sponsors, the people that pay the bills for us. At the Pie Guy, ThePiegye, best sweet potato pie out. He's actually, he's local here in the DC, Maryland area. So make sure y'all tap in with him. Great price, great pie. Also, he's actually working on some behind the scenes. He's working on some different little recipes, some little spin-offs. So, stay locked in with that. Man, the pie is amazing. So make sure y'all tap in with him. I'm about to put his IG in the comments. You want to make sure that you tap in with Saray's Catering. They are caterers here in the area as well. They can, if it's a wedding, a big event, a small event, no matter, they can take care of you. Best fried chicken on the planet. And make sure you tap in with KB3 Events. They do event planning. They out here. They're amazing. You can check out their page as well. And then yours truly, great clothing line. Check us out. We still actually got some sale pieces online. We have the Hell Tomb Win Lose Draw shirt online as well. We got the Win Lose Draw hoodie. So if you're looking for some Commander inspired pieces, we do have that. But also we do sportswear. We have that on the site as well. We do customs also. So tap in with us, and we're at Great Clothing Line. All of the comments will have each of our sponsors.
And then also we want to give a shout out to John from Ballin and Burgundy podcast for gracing us with his time today and being a great co-host for me and Z. John is on. You guys see John on the pod quite frequently. That's one of our good brothers in this content creation lane. But if you haven't already done so, give him a subscribe on YouTube. He's on the road to 500 subscribers, as well as give him a follow on Facebook and Instagram. It's the Ballin and Burgundy podcast, and his information is below, and it's spelled as it is right here on this comment at the bottom. But stay tuned for other episodes of Reedie and Z. We'll be coming back with our post-game live. We haven't figured out if it's going to be tomorrow evening, but if we do what we think we're going to do, we're probably going to push that to Monday, because I'm going to act a absolute fool in Philadelphia and celebrate, what we're trying to celebrate. But thank y'all for getting on. And until next time, I am Reedie and he is Z, and we are Reedie and Z, and we're going to holler at y'all. So y'all stay safe until next time.